Mondays at 6 o'clock on NBA TV, the finest television show in the land. The Beat, where you can catch Steve Ashburner, Ken Berger, Howard Beck, Slam Magazine's Len Whitaker, and myself, along with our host Vince Cellini, tackling the hot topics from all around the league. And speaking of hot topics, we got a little time to put on the Kreskin hat and do a little bit of predicting. So we're going to start with Howard Beck of the New York Times up in New York. Howard, give us a bold and crazy prediction for the second half of this season.
You want bold?
Yeah.
All right, I'll give you bold. This based on no inside information, but just a gut. The Boston Celtics will finally break up the core of the Big Four. And I believe that has to happen now because if you look at what they've done in the past, Kendrick Perkins, they shipped out last year. Danny Ainge was there to see that 80s dynasty kind of die a slow death because of aging. This team, Ray Allen, free agent in the summer. Kevin Garnett, free agent this summer. They're a 500 team right now. They're pretty well blocked at the top of this conference. I think their window is closed, and they've got to recognize it.
That would be bold. Ken Berger, you got one for me that's better than that?
No, I don't know about better than that, but I'm going to go out to Phoenix and say that this is the year that Steve Nash will finally get traded. That team, talk about a team that's blocked, that team has nowhere to go out west. The run is over. Steve Nash is going to be dealt, and I believe he will go to the Orlando Magic. And that presumably will save the day and convince Dwight Howard to stay there at least through the end of the season without him getting traded. And then we see what happens from there July 1st.
That's bold. I like the boldness. Smitty, give me bold.
I'm going to go a little bolder. I got the Chicago and the Miami Heat making it to the finals. But if Chicago somehow faces the Knicks in the second round, I say the Knicks beat the Bulls.
The Knicks beat the Bulls.
Whoa.
Wow. That's bold.
That is bold.
It's pretty bold. And what are you basing this boldness on, sir?
This second unit of Baron Davis, Shumpert, J.R. Smith, Novak, and Jared Jeffries, and also Bill Walker. So I'm just going with, I guess, got that gut feeling that the Knicks can beat the Bulls.
We are 3 for 3 on bold.
I'm going to have to do some spin for you back in Chicago.
Give me some bold. Give me more bold.
You know what? I think this is more crazy than bold, but what I'm predicting is some good news for the Portland Trailblazers. I don't know where it's going to come from. Maybe Jamal Crawford will morph into Nate McMillan's kind of point guard. Maybe Joel Przybilla will have the best extended layoff comeback since Bernard King. But they are due, right? I mean, Brandon Roy, Greg Oden, Portland needs some good news.
I think Brandon Roy maybe he goes over to Europe and gets that Kobe A-Rod knee treatment and comes back and is ready to rock.
There you go.
It is. That's bold.
I got one bold thing to say on my own behalf. Everybody wants to know where Dwight Howard's going to wind up. D. Howard and D. Will wind up in Big D this summer. There's 3 really rich guys that are fighting for these 2 guys. Mikhail Prokhorov in New York, Rich DeVos down in Orlando, and Mark Cuban in Dallas. Cubes doesn't do anything by accident. I think he has had this plan for the last year and a half. I think he convinces Deron Williams to come home to Dallas and bring 7 feet of Superman with him and give Dirk Nowitzki 1 or 2 or 3 last cracks at getting another championship. I hope that was bold enough for you. Thanks to Howard Beck and Ken Berger in New York. Thanks to my crew here, Steve Smith and Steve Ashburner, for joining us. We're all going to find out together what happens in the second half of what has been a tumultuous NBA season. For all of us here in Atlanta, I'm David Aldridge. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you soon.